Earlier this week, Dana said he wanted to go back to the old weigh-ins, away from the morning weigh-ins. It was 99% of the fighters said they didn't want that. They wanted the morning weigh-ins. What side of the fence do you fall on?
I want the morning weigh-ins.
Sure.
Yeah, I like it. I think if you're on top of your weight cut and you come in, at a reasonable weight, you got to suffer a little more overnight until weigh-in. So weigh-ins are Friday morning. Thursday night's a little rougher because I like to start my weight cut that night. I do most of it that night. I wake up and only cut the last little bit in the morning of. But then I have so many more hours to rehydrate before the fight. So I would like to keep the morning weigh-ins. Hopefully we can figure out a way to keep them.
And we talked to Robert Whitaker a few months ago, and when the big story when he was facing Yoel is, would Yoel make weight? I asked the same thing to Clay Guida, and he said he didn't care if his opponent missed weight. Robert said he probably wouldn't take the fight, and he doesn't understand fighters that do take fights when their opponent misses weight. Do you agree with, so I guess, do you agree with Clay, or do you agree with Robert?
I think that's up to the fighter.
Sure.
I do think that you can't criticize or throw anybody under the bus and say that they're not tough or not this for wanting to take a fight. If a fighter misses weight, your contract says this weight plus a pound. It's a championship fight, it's the exact weight. If the fighter doesn't make that weight, it doesn't matter how much they miss by. It's up to you if you want to take that fight or not. Now, that being said, I don't know that if somebody missed by a reasonable amount, I'm taking the fight. I'll take the extra money because I'm a bigger guy for the weight class. I don't think somebody's going to come in so significantly heavy that I couldn't beat them the next day.
Sure. And what did you make of when Darren missed weight, Darren Till, a few weeks ago? Wonder Boy asked him to re-weigh in the day of the fight because normally Darren balloons up to about 200, and then he had him between like 183, 188, right? Something like that. Does that make sense to you? Because to me, it makes sense, but you don't really hear that in MMA a lot, another weigh-in.
I think that's smart, yeah. Just to keep them in check. Now, it was at a time where after that, I'm sure he went and ate and drank more.
Sure.
But listen, your responsibility was to make weight. You didn't make weight. So that was Wonder Boy's way of saying, look, I'm going to make you suffer just a little bit more the day of the fight. You're going to normally, you screwed up. Maybe you didn't do it on purpose, but whatever.
Sure.
I'm not going to let you just go and become gigantic. I'm going to at least pump the brakes on you a little bit. I think that's a smart way to negotiate keeping that fight on.
And you brought it up. You would take the fight if it was in a reasonable. He missed weight.
That was getting close to almost unreasonable.
Is that the threshold? That was my next one. What's the threshold for you?
More than 5 pounds that I'm going to consider not taking the fight.
Sure. And last one for me. We asked a lot of fighters this. I don't know how much you follow sports. A lot's been made in the sporting world about this White House visit.
Yeah.
If you were invited to the White House, would you take it?
Yeah, I would.
Sure.
And I'm not even going to get into politics or who I follow or not, who I voted for and all that stuff. It wasn't the man in the White House, I can tell you that. But I would still go for the sake of, I'm an American. I support how we run things. And whether I agree with all the policies of whoever our president is at the time, I think it's one of those things where I would take the opportunity to go and visit the White House.